Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a little video on trapping, okay? Now obviously it's not trapping season yet and I'm just going to get my traps ready. Now what you see right here is going on is I've got a lot of rust on these and I'm only a third-year trapper this year, so what I want to go ahead and do is prepare my traps now. Now what I did last year is I used some of the cheap Walmart spray paint, which I do not recommend, and I will show you what not to get. At least from my experience, it's not very good. And I used Rust-Oleum. Now, the ones with the Rust-Oleum, I'll show you right here. This is a Rust-Oleum one, as you can see the difference, and that's the Walmart one. Now, how do I know the difference? I mean, it's plain and simple to see. At least for me, it is. So, what I need to do now is I need to go ahead and get them ready, get all this rust off, and start like brand new again. Now, I want you to see exactly how I'm doing this, because it's very easy. Now, some people dip their traps in like dye and stuff. I did that the first time and it was fine. It worked great. Second year I spray painted them and it was fine, minus this one. The other one, obviously you saw how good it was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all this rust off and I'm going to start from a brand new slate again, only using the good paint, and hopefully I don't have to do this every single year. And one of the main reasons why it's as rusty as it is because I use salt as a freeze-proof agent in my hole, or my trapping bed, so it's probably another reason why it rusted a little bit. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm using. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is just take some plain and simple white distilled vinegar right here and dump it in this this wash bucket here. Okay, now this is what I used last year. As you can see, it's still got kind of the rust on it, and you know, it did very good. I don't remember how many traps I could do at one time, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put some traps in there, pour the vinegar on, and we're gonna see what happens. Alright, so I have got 10 traps in here. I'm gonna use 4 gallons. I'm gonna see what it does. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I got 4 gallons in there and I got 10 traps in there. Now what I'm gonna do, probably leave them sit for like probably 2 or 3 days, and then I'm gonna pull them out. Now when I pull these out, I'll put 10 more in. I've got like 32 traps, so not all of them need it, but most of them do. So the ones with the good paint, when I realized that the Walmart crap paint wasn't doing very good, well, they're the ones that need it the most. So like I said, I'm gonna let these sit and I'll check back with you a couple days and we'll see what they look like. Alright guys, so we are on day 3 right now. I had to rearrange some of the traps because of the fact that some of the traps were sticking out, so I'm not going to be able to put as many traps in this go around. But it's day 3. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looked like. If you remember what it looked like before, it's pretty bad, so I haven't even pulled them out. I just pulled them out here on the grass so I can spray them off, and then I'm going to dip them in the baking soda solution. Just here in the bucket you can see the vinegar still bubbling, I guess eating the rust off though. So let's go ahead and pull one out now. I'm going to have to probably put this one back in because it wasn't all the way in the solution, but I'll leave this one to the side for now. Alright, so look at that, guys. I mean, all that will come right off as I spray it. Now I'm going to put some baking soda in here. And obviously you know them two will react a little bit, so go ahead and sprinkle a little bit in here. And I don't know how much to put in here. I'm just going to put in what I think. So, and that's probably too much anyway, but it is what it is. Just use regular old baking soda. Alright, so now I'm just going to spray off my traps. Alright, look at this trap, guys. It's almost rust-free completely. So we'll neutralize it and we'll put it in this bucket here. And I'm going to probably let this sit for at least a day. Even though you don't have to, I'm going to anyway. Just because I'm lacking for time right now. And it's not going to hurt it. Alright, and I'm going to do the second batch. And I'm going to let these sit in that bucket probably just 24 hours and then pull them out. Clean them, let them dry in the sun. Now, obviously the hurricane's coming, so that might be a little issue, but at least they'll be outside. They'll dry completely, and then what I'll do is I'll spray them off again, then I'll spray paint them, and I'll show you all that last. Now I wanted to say one thing. I met a guy on here who commented on my thing. We've become pretty decent friends. We've talked quite a bit, and he is, obviously I'm not the best trapper in the world, and I don't think there really is a best trapper in the world, but there's people that know more than you and me, and those are the people you gotta listen to. And I really enjoy listening to his stories and all of his tips. And now this thing, unfortunately I've already spray painted all these, and I'm not gonna start dyeing these, but from here on out the next traps I buy will only be dye traps. That's it, not spray paint traps. So what I might start doing is incorporating 3 or 4 a year, 5 or 6, whatever, and just dye them only, and then weed these out and sell them, because there's nothing wrong with them. They just I think the dye, like he said, will be a lot better in the long run. So, but these 28 that I got, or 30, whatever I have, I will be spray painting all them, and then from here on out, next ones I buy will not. It'll be just plain old dye, the hickory dye or whatever colors I came. I have some in the garage. I just don't use it because, well, I just never used it. So, alright guys, we're back. We are going to go ahead and spray the rest of my traps. Now, once I get them all neutralized with the acids, this has been 10 days since I've got all my traps ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and neutralize the last. I think I got 4 or 5 in this bucket here. I'm going to show you real quick. They all look the same. They're all rusty as heck, and I let them sit out because we had the hurricane come, and it's we didn't have that much rain, but I let them sit out in the rain anyway, and they got a little rusty. So I'm going to go ahead and give them one more spray off with the pressure washer right here, which you'll see here in a second, and I'm going to let them dry out real good, and I'm going to spray paint them almost immediately. So I'm looking at the Montgomery dogless. I think that that's going to be a good one. After using the no BS lures, I kind of like the no dog traps. This will be probably the last ones that I do like this. From here on out, the new ones I get will all be dyed and waxed. I'm going to also get some full metal jacket and put on these. The rest of them I will not. I will just, you know, I'll keep them separated just to see if there's any difference. I talked to a guy, Richard. He's a trapper. He's been doing it for a whole lot longer than I have even been alive probably, and he's very, very knowledgeable. And guys, if somebody takes the time to call you and to say, listen to what I'm telling you, you may not like anything they say, but if you listen, you can learn a lot. And I've learned a considerable amount already just by listening to him and watching his videos. Now I'm going to link his channel right up in there so you can check him out. He's not got many subscribers, but trust me, this guy knows what he's talking about. Believe me, I've talked to him hours on the telephone, and it's good to have that friendship, not just for trapping, but just for anything. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so as you see behind me, they're on the fence, literally. I'm going to go ahead and let them dry off in the sunlight. Probably going to do it all day long, and then tomorrow afternoon, it's supposed to be 100% sunny with 85-degree weather. That is when I'm going to let them go ahead and spray paint them and all. These will be drying all night, and we'll see you tomorrow with a spray paint, guys. Alright guys, so we are spray painting the traps now. As you can see, this is what they look like after I let them soak and everything. Now, like I've said before, there are people who do not like spray paint, and also I was going to use the full metal jacket on these, but if you don't follow a guy, I'm going to link him up here, okay? Nick Biggs, okay? This guy takes his time out, and he's local to me, well, within like 3 hours, and he takes time and he talks to me, and we've talked numerous times about, you know, what to do with these traps, full metal jacket, dye them, wax them, whatever, and he catches incredible amount of coyote and everything else, but he's an incredible trapper, and he only, well, I shouldn't say only, but he mainly dips his traps in Zep floor polish, which, you know, there's a video on there. You click on that and then look through his page, you'll see where he does it. That's what I'm going to do. So this is what they look like now, and this is what they look like after you spray paint them. Almost like a brand new trap, okay? Guys, the krylon satin, there's a little smell, but I just did them yesterday, but you know, that'll all come off. And the more they sit out, as soon as I'm all done with them, they're going straight outside to sit, to air out completely. So for a couple days in the sun and the elements. But yeah, there's not a single drop of rust on here or anything, and I love this, guys. There are people, Richard Murray, you're one of them, who don't like spray paint, but until I get new traps. These have always been spray painted since I've had them, except the very first time, like I said before. But that's what I'm going to keep on doing with them, and hopefully when I put the wax on this go around, it'll keep everything the way it should be, so I won't have to do this every single year. But if I do, it's fine. I mean, you know, I enjoy doing this. So all right, this is what it looks like. This is your finished product. They're ready to get dipped, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So I do want to show you, this is what I'm using right here, just the old satin black, okay? Everybody recommends satin. I don't really know why exactly, something about the smell, I don't know. If somebody knows, leave it down in the comments so you can let me know, because I think it's something that has to do with if it's glossy, it holds smell, I don't know, something like that. But anyway, that's what I got told to use by every single trapper that does this, so that's what I'm using, just the krylon satin. Alright guys, so now as you can see my face, the way I look, I think now you can see how much time has really gone by since I've done these traps. And see, I've got them all hung up right here. What I did is I decided to hang them outside for a long while, a couple weeks, actually probably longer. And what I did is I spray painted them, I let them hang, I opened them up, spray painted them, let them hang, closed them back up, and hit every spot that I missed, you know, all those go-arounds. Now there is still a little bit of rust, but there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, every time I go to spray a little bit more, it just, when I open back up, it cuts a little bit, but you know what? It's nature of the beast. So today we're ready to go ahead and we are going to dip these in the wax. Now, this is the wax I'm using. Now, if you follow Big's Time Trapping, I will, if I don't link it in the cards above in here, I will definitely link it down below. You need to check his, man, this guy is phenomenal trapper, okay? He's right down the road from me, probably 3 hours maybe. His channel, oh my gosh, when he really hits it big time, he's going to be awesome. He is a super awesome trapper. I've already mentioned it way before in this video. I feel pretty confident. But anyway, he recommended this stuff. Richard, I know you don't like it, but I've already committed to painting, so I'm going to stick with it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. Now, this is on his video too. Of course, mine is way more in depth because I've just did a lot more in depth. So if you made it this far, thank you guys for making it this far. And this is just high traffic floor polish from Lowe's, okay? $16.97 I believe it was, okay? I'm gonna get a bucket, I'm gonna dump it in here, I'm gonna dip him, I'm gonna let him hang. Now I would let him hang outside, but it's been raining and you know, it is what it is. I don't care about the floor in the garage too much. I mean, I'm not in a St. Taj Mahal or nothing, so we're gonna go ahead and dip him, we'll show you what it looks like, and then finish this video out, guys. Alright, so there are a lot of different ways, you know, you can do. You should probably wear gloves, but I'm so hard-headed that you know. But you see how clean my traps are, right? I mean, there's no dirt anywhere. There's no rust on this one, luckily. But, you know, this one, these MBs are my favorite, hands down. And, you know, I'm worried about maybe you should, you know, leave them open so it gets all in there. But we're going to do it twice, so we're going to see what it looks like when it's all said and done. What I did is I just took clothes hangers and I cut them, and I made little V's on them. Now, Biggs, he dips his whole entire chain in there. Now, obviously some of these don't have chain on them, but you know what? And that's okay if you want to do that. I don't really see the point in it. If they're on there, that's fine. If not, then that's fine too, because all that's going to be in the ground anyway, so really I don't really care too much about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip them in there, and you want to leave them in there for about a minute. You want to make sure that you get a bucket that is deep enough, but not too wide, so you can't get your whole entire trap in there and, you know, dip it. So we're going to go ahead and dip it and show you what it looks like. Alright. Now, he did say you want to leave it in there for about 30 seconds to a minute, so I'll see you back here in about 30 seconds, guys. Alright, this is not rocket science, guys, so it's been just a little over probably about 45 seconds. What you don't want to do is pull it out and then bounce it, okay, because it'll look like, because it could possibly, you know, put runs on it, I guess. I don't know. I've never done this, so this is my first time. This is literally my first one. You guys are with me on the first one, so let's see what it looks like. So you just want to pull it out very slowly, let it all fall off. Let it drip dry. And that's it. That's all there is to it, guys. It looks just like that. Now you see there's a little bit on it, so I don't really know what to do about that. Should I, you know, knock it off or what? So we're gonna go ahead and spin it up and let some of that drain off, and then we'll hang it up. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my traps out. Go ahead and probably put a piece of plastic down because and it's dripping pretty heavy. Just spots, and I mean, I don't really care about it. Like I said, it's not the Taj Mahal in this place, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's my garage, and you know, if I can, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put a piece of plastic down to catch all the drippings. What I did is I started doing here. As you see, I don't have them hanging here now. What I did is I took them back outside because it didn't get sunny, but quit raining, and the wind started blowing just a little bit, so I actually dried them fairly quick. Now, this is not all the way done, but this is exactly what it looks like when it is all said and done. Okay, this is, I mean, it's dry to the touch. It's not sticky or anything, so it was out there for probably 45 minutes in the wind and a little bit of sunshine, so you know, did a pretty good job. I will dip them one more time, possibly 2 more times, and then let them hang outside or somewhere to completely air out, because I smell a little smell. But there you have it, guys. This is a complete trap all the way done. Okay, even where the trap goes with the levers and everything, it got in there really good. I let them soak for 1 minute and 30 seconds each time, and I pulled them slow just like Nick said, and good to go, guys. Alright, I recommend that zip, guys. It's fantastic. One thing I want to say is, you know, I know everybody has their own way of trapping, and you know, everybody's got their own opinions. One might not fit what you like or I like, but you know what? Like I said before in all of my trap videos, and I think it's been a long time since I've updated this video, so well, you know, this little segment of dipping my traps and all. But you know, just because somebody says, well, that's not going to work, well, you know what? Like I always said before, that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to try it, and it worked. So you know, it is what it is, guys. Now I have a plan on making a catch pole. I already have one made. It's made from a guy on YouTube. It's very good. It works perfect. Only thing I don't like about it is the front is flat, and I'll do another video eventually. It's flat, and it's very sharp on the edge. Not that I care about that part, but you know, if I'm going to release something, I don't want it to be piercing its neck or you know, whatever, getting cut. So I thought about a different way of making a catch pole, and I'm going to try it out, and hopefully I'm going to do a video on it, so we'll see. Guys, if you like what you see here, like and subscribe. Tight chains, guys. Hit that subscribe button and the bell so you know exactly when I post something, and you can keep up with me, guys. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, guys.